Hey, so today I got caught a tranny and very aggressively, right? So I was picking somebody up. Like sometimes I do ride shares, like part time, right? And I picked this person up. It was her name was I believe Amber on there, and like of course I picked somebody up in like kind of like the hood area. I picked them up, right? And then there was two guys on the jet. I'm expecting only one girl to come out, right? And she's standing there, and there was two guys, these young guys with like the black things mask on the black. Of course, I should have never picked her up actually. Like, so I thought she was just gonna get in the car or something like wait, and then I see them getting in the car, cause I like unlocked the door for her when I saw her coming just by herself, and then they came, and I'm like, so we get in the car, we're driving. There's like I started hearing like comments like tranny and stuff like that, and then they're like whispering in the back and stuff like that, and then I don't know, I just didn't like I just didn't like it. And then I drop her off at work, and I'm like sitting there, and the guy gets, he's like, oh, you got me picked up by training. This guy, by the way, this guy clearly has nothing going for him. He has the guys who walk around with all black on, fucking 100 degrees outside. By the way, it was damn near 100 degrees outside today. So actually muscular angle. Like, it was actually like a upper mid, probably like upper 80s to like probably like 91 was the highest today. This guy has some hood guys, young hood guys, or probably in their like probably young 20s. No older than 25, I'd say. Right, and they're making these comments and stuff like that. I wanted to tell them to get out. Like I sat there before, because I was waiting on her to come back out. I was hoping she comes back out. But I'm like, but then like for my safety, I'm like, what if I just spaz out? What if I just say, get the fuck out of my car? Like I wanted to say. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drop them off. Even though I was hesitant, two guys, right? Girl gets out of the car, two guys in black. Okay, still in my car, still saying these transphobic comments. Should I even drop them? I should just drop them off on the side of the street right now, right? But I completed the mission. Soon as like I dropped them off, and then like soon as they closed the door, I like sped off. I'm like, I'm you know what I mean? And I told myself like that from that point forward, like listen to yourself. Like if you get mad with stuff like that. Like, by the way, I've been. Everybody doesn't have to agree with you, but everybody doesn't have to react like that, because I could have reacted like I could have judged him off the fact that he was wearing all black. He had these both of them had these masks on, these like black masks on. I could have judged him off the back, and I gave him a fucking ride and said, you know what I mean? By the way, I did give her 1 star. And then when they offered, should you pick her up? No, absolutely not. Right, so that will not be happening with them. But that was just my experience. First time being called a tranny. Screamed at in a aggressive way when called that. And I'm just like, first of all, it's not even the fact that like, you know what I mean? It's like all that energy. I'm very sensitive to energy. Okay. So I could feel it being so like direct, so aggressive, so much anger. And bro, look at you. I'm not even gonna repeat some of the things that I said. Oh no, wait. I'm not even gonna repeat half the shit that I was thinking. Okay. But yeah. Right. But that was kind of my experience, my first experience like that. Kind of like. So, because I know that, like, the thing is, when, it's people like me, especially those who present more mask. Because the crazy part about it is, like, they could have thought I was a stud. They could have thought it was, like, like a stud, but no, it was trendy off the jump. Because, the way I talk, the way I, present myself. By the way, I'm not one of, like, studs. One thing about studs, right, is, and no, I don't consider myself a stud. I actually am a tranny. Yes, I actually am a tranny. I am and I identify as non-binary, though. I go by pronouns they, them. I answer to all pronouns, though, because I'm gender fluid. Like, I'm gender queer, whatever you want to call it. So, like, yeah, right? And I don't like sag. I don't hold my crotch and like sag. Like I don't perform. Like the way that I am is the way I am. Like this is not a performance. This is like the like my even my mannerisms and the things that I do. Like it's just that's me. It's not a performance. Okay, like um I don't know how else to explain that. You know what I mean? Like the movements that I have, like the things I do, the way that I talk, it comes natural to me. Okay. Um, but yeah, and everybody's not gonna accept that, and I don't give a shit. And the thing is, I also need to be stronger and be, stand in my power at all times, even in the face of that. You know what I mean? And I could have should told him get the fuck out of my car. But I understand, like, especially safety, especially if you're like a transgender, but lady. You know what I mean? If they, a lot of them, experience death more, like at a higher rate than those who are transgender and they present masculine. Like myself, like that's it's hard. In that position, they are that's a dangerous situation for some people, and that's a reality that I realized today. I was like, I mean, it was just like the amount of aggression, undue, right? Like these guys, like you would think that it's like this self-righteousness when like they could do anything under the sun. These guys are probably like robbers, kill, you know what I mean, all this stuff. But as long as you're not part of like the LGBT community, right? That's all. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me. It's like even I mean, it's just like families been growing up in households where like you have the weird uncle. I have the real uncle in my family. The pervert, right? The pervert. Everybody dismisses that. But let somebody be a homosexual. Oh, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that, and unfortunately, that's like something that runs rampant in a lot of households in this country, even in the world. Unfortunately, I was going to specifically say about households, but white people, from my understanding, go through the same things. But I can, I feel for like my fellow trans women. Like I really do. I feel for them because I can't imagine like being in that situation, and like they get met with like violence. You know what I mean? It was a verbally for me, and so and it was a ride that I did not pick. It was supposed to be for that girl, and she brought two guys, and I mean like like I don't think people understand like, and also like the fact that that black woman put like she knowing that they were transphobic and left them in the car with a trans person knowing they were saying homophobic things and then walked, smiled, and thought that was cool. Like I wish no good for her actually. But you know what I mean? Just if I said that out loud, imagine the comments I had towards that guy, the thoughts I had towards them. You know what I mean? It's like bottom of the barrel. She was bottom of the barrel anyway, but yeah. And yeah. And I don't take those words back, actually. I actually don't feel bad. And I can't believe that those actually came out of my mouth just now, because typically you don't say things like that. But it is what it is, and I don't take it back. Yeah. But yeah. We have to protect each other as well, guys. And I mean, yeah, that was my experience today first, like transphobia. That's crazy. It's crazy the world we live in. Just let people live and let live, guys. Live and let live. But also make sure you stand up for yourself. But in situations like that, I can't even tell people, like, because some people die in those situations, But yeah, that's all I wanted to say today. That's all I wanted to share. But yeah, all right.